Hi all, welcome to the weekly wrap in the clubhouse, just getting ready for the committee meeting tonight. So just to get started, I'd like to acknowledge obviously our major sponsors, Derwent Boat Sales and Oyster Cove Chandlery for the support for the club. Some great news, Duggan's Concrete, who generally sponsor the Saturday race in the pipe opener, have stepped up and increased their level of sponsorship. They've become a major sponsor and we're really excited to have them on board. Also today I'd like to announce that Baxter's IGA have stepped up to fill the remaining fourth spot of the major sponsors. They've also last minute have become naming rights sponsor for this weekend's Channel Challenge. So it will be the Baxter's IGA Channel Challenge, and that will be obviously including the Tim Malone Memorial Race on Saturday, which has been sponsored very, very generously, I might say, by Kingston Self Storage. So it's really important for us as a club to recognise and patronise these businesses that are giving us the support, because without them we would be in quite a bit of trouble from a financial perspective. So it's very, very important that that we acknowledge our sponsors and support their businesses, because we want a long and lasting relationship with them. So please support those businesses. Last night it was a great night out on the water and also in the club, and just a few thanks. First thing, I'd like to thank new member David for helping Julie in the bar, Tony with help from his brother a little bit later in the night, and I buggered that up and called Tony Richard. And anyway, Tony, thank you very much. Richard, thanks for helping a little bit later on. As always, Kristina for provisioning the barbecue, and of course Robbie and his able assistant Liam out on the committee boat setting a great and optimistic course. He called 4 laps, we got 1 3/4 in and then the wind went up in the air, but it was a great night, great weather, had a great time. We didn't have the results on the night due to our best laid plans not working out, as often happens, but I do have the results now, so I'll quickly go through them. Division 3, third place in Division 2 was Escape Plan, Matthew and his wife in Escape Plan, great job. 2 was Mystic, and number 1 got the chocolates in Division 2 was Franklin Peter Schwartz, so well done to those boats and crews. Division 1, third Close Encounters, Tony Miller. I didn't even know he was here, so it must have been somebody else driving the boat. Whilst Tony was doing the barbecue, Richard was out on Ripper and got second place in Division 1. And then Mick Burrows, once again, has got the chocolates in that incredibly fast Adams 10 whirlwind. So well done to all of those participants. What next? Oh yes, thank you to all of those people who contributed their time and effort for, and some skills. There was a bit of skill stuff going on there to a very successful working bee last Saturday. Special thanks to Scott. Scott was up on the roof getting rid of all of the stuff out of the gutters. Should have got danger money, had a couple of assistants on ladders, and it really, really looks great. But thank you for all of those people who showed up to the working bee. Fantastic job. The place is looking fantastic. Also, I'd love to thank the band of ladies led by Deegan. They did a great job with the tidy up of all of the overgrown and out of control bushes. They've all been removed, and today they were back at the club again, replanting some more decorative and more manageable plants. So thank you very much to that group of ladies. It's really appreciated. I better apologise to Peter Schwartz. I promised him a meat tray for the raffle last night. He's trying to have a crack at the hat trick of winning 3 meat trays in a row, but I had many other challenges preparing for this weekend. And so I'll do my very best, Pete, to have one for you next week and see if you can get the historical hat trick of winning 3 meat trays in a row. Which brings me to just a call out to all members to help out with things like the bar on Saturday night, cooking breakfast on Saturday and Sunday mornings, and of course the pack away and clean up on the Sunday. It always tends to be left up to the same small group of phones ringing. That was Gus McKay on the phone. He was just apologising for being late to the committee meeting, and he's not late at all. He's early. It's always left up to the small group of people who always show up. So if you're not one of those members, I ask you to please step up and support the club by putting your hand up for doing one or a number of these tasks over the weekend. You can reply to me, mickhawes61@gmail.com, or text me on 0417 306 558 if you're willing to contribute. That would be fantastic. And lastly, I was contacted by a chap, his name's Woody Sampson. He and his partner are visiting the state looking for a crewing spot for any of the races this weekend. They sail regularly on the Gold Coast, and they crewed on a boat last weekend, I think, down at Port Signet, so they're very experienced. So if you're needing some crew, you can call Sampson on 0402 797 225 and have a chat and see if you can get him and his partner on the boat. If you need some crew with any of the races on the weekend. But as I said, if you haven't, if you're not one of those people who are always showing up to do these jobs that just seem to get done time after time by the same small group, please kick in this Saturday. We've got a couple of key people that aren't here, so we're a bit thin on the ground, and we really do need your help. So please give me a call or send me an email, and we'll put you in the right place with the right people to help out. So many hands make light work. That's it. So enjoy the wrap. Come join us on the weekend. Can't wait to see you Friday night, Saturday for the race down to Hope Island, Saturday night for the shindig, and then of course Sunday for the short race and the tidy up. See you all then. Bye for now.